There are stories in sports that go beyond the game. Stories so personal, so deeply rooted in family and tradition. They feel like the very fabric of America itself. And today, you're about to experience one of those rare and unforgettable journeys that will pull at your heart, fuel your spirit, and make you look at baseball, and maybe even life, a little differently. Because when it comes to the Willits family, Reggie and Eli, you're not just watching a father and son, you're witnessing two. Generations of relentless pursuit, discipline, sacrifice, and an unbreakable bond forged through dirt, sweat, and endless pitches under open Oklahoma skies, where Reggie Willits, once a speedy outfielder for the Los Angeles Angels, turned major league coach, now passes down the same iron-willed mindset to his son Eli, a young player who's making headlines not because he inherited talent, but because he earned every inch of it by waking up before the sun, grinding through drills with his dad, and embracing a lifestyle where excellence isn't optional. It's expected. And from the moment you step into their world, you see it's not about fame, contracts, or spotlight. It's about legacy, about building something that lasts long after the cheering stops. Because Reggie, who spent years on MLB fields, coaching for New York Yankees and Oklahoma Sooners, could have easily stayed at the top, basking in baseball glory, but instead, he came home, not for retirement, but for a purpose, to coach his son and his community with the same passion he gave to pros. And that's where the story grips your soul as Eli, now a rising high school star, trains with the intensity of a professional, not because he's chasing his father's shadow, but because he's chasing greatness in his own name, guided by someone who knows what it takes and what it costs. And in every throw, sprint, and strategy session, you feel that rare fire that only comes when love, loyalty, and legacy collide. Because for the Willits family, baseball isn't a hobby or a weekend game. It's a mission, a shared language that speaks louder than words. And in a time when shortcuts and social media hype try to replace grit, Eli stands as a living answer to what happens when your role model is your coach, your training ground is your backyard, and your purpose is bigger than personal glory. It's about honoring a name, a family, and a dream passed down through generations. And as you watch their routine, from cold Oklahoma, mornings to late-night batting cage sessions, you're not just seeing a teenager chase a sport. You're seeing what discipline looks like when it's not just taught but lived, day in, day out, no excuses and no shortcuts. And when you realize Reggie gave up a prestigious MLB coaching position to pour his energy into his son in his hometown, it hits you. This is more than coaching. It's fatherhood at its rawest, purest, and most inspiring level, where lessons aren't preached, they're shown. And as Eli thrives, not just with skill, but with a mindset built from Reggie's example, the story becomes universal. Not just about baseball, but about what happens when someone believes in you so much they give up everything else to walk beside you, to mentor you, to sharpen you, and to remind you that success is measured not just in stats, but in how you carry yourself, how you grind when no one's watching, and how you bounce back from every failure stronger than before. And in today's fast-moving world, where fame fades and hype evaporates, the Willits family gives us something real, a blueprint for how dreams are built with patience, respect, and day-after-day hustle. And it's that very authenticity, that raw, sweat-stained truth, that makes this father-son journey something every American sports fan needs to feel, not just see. Because whether you're a parent, an athlete, a coach, or someone who just loves a story that punches you in the gut and lifts your heart at the same time, this is that story. And as Eli steps onto the field with the same posture, purpose, and hunger that once defined his dad's career, you get the sense that what Reggie has built isn't just a future athlete, but a future man. Someone who knows the value of consistency, respect, and putting in the work even when the world's not clapping. And when Eli speaks, his maturity reflects not just coaching, but character, a reflection of a father who taught him the value of humility in success and composure in defeat. And as you see them strategize during games, train during rain, and laugh during recovery, you realize their bond is rare, priceless, and almost extinct in modern sports. A dynamic built not on pressure or comparison, but on mutual love, trust, and the shared joy of chasing something together. And as more eyes start to turn toward this humble Oklahoma town, and the name Willits becomes a whisper in dugouts and a headline in scouting reports, what stays with you isn't the stats, but the story. The long mornings, the quiet mentorship, the decision to come home, the sweat-drenched journey from MLB stardom to small-town impact. And you know deep down that even if Eli never hits a professional field, he's already a champion in the way that matters most, because of the father beside him, the values behind him, and the legacy inside him. And that's why this story isn't just about baseball. It's about belief, backbone, and being willing to build something meaningful brick by brick with the people who matter most. And if you've ever wondered what the American dream looks like in real time, it's this.